All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome to some MK11 gameplay. And I apologize for my voice, but I was at the Mortal Kombat event. That's why you guys heard nothing from me on YouTube with reaction videos or anything like that. I was actually at the Mortal Kombat 11 reveal event here in Los Angeles. Of course, shout out to WB Games and Netherrealm for actually letting me participate and attend. Participate because I had my reaction video be a part of the special Mortal Kombat 11 countdown, which was really cool to see myself on the screen with everyone watching and waiting for the official gameplay reveal. It was definitely a great experience. So if you guys want to see some more MK11 gameplay, I would really appreciate a like rating on the video. That would be amazing, because guess what? I have a ton, and I mean a ton, about 2 hours worth of footage of MK11. So I'm sorting out everything that I want to put in different videos right now. So what I wanted to do was just do a regular commentary talking about my thoughts on the game, because that's what you guys really want to hear. What my opinions are on the game, what I felt about the game, do I like the game. So my initial thoughts on actually getting my hands on the game, I'm not gonna lie, it felt like Injustice 2. There's no run button, okay? Now, I don't have any notes. I just want to start off by saying I don't have any notes. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, off raw emotions, baby. So there's no run button. And at first, it really took me out of the game, and it made it feel like everything was sluggish and slow. But that was my first time. Now, I played it maybe 3 more times before I got my special appointment session to actually sit down and be able to record. So I played in 20 minute segments. Second time felt a lot better. Third time, I was still trying to run, but it didn't feel like I needed to anymore. And the movement is going to come natural once we actually get our hands on the game, because people who played MK9 are going to feel real comfortable playing this because you could dash block. So the movement in this game is going to be based all off that dash canceling. And for you guys who don't know, that is pretty much just when you forward dash or backdash, you could cancel your animation with a punch, kick, or the block button. Now, the dash block is not as fast as Mortal Kombat 9, and that's where I was feeling really awkward, because I did play MK9 a little bit when I was playing through the story mode. So the dash blocking, you have to wait a split second before you could actually cancel your dash animation with your block. So it's not instant. Like for MK9, it feels instant. Like things feel so fast. Like boom, 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 dash, block, dash, punch. Same thing with moves. I felt myself not doing a lot of extended combos. And I'll talk about my positives and negatives in a bit, but I'm just giving you guys my initial thoughts on the game right now, like in this section. Don't worry, in this same video, I'm gonna give you my pros and cons. So dash canceling with normals definitely didn't feel as smooth as MK9, but the hit sparks, the punches, the kicks, the animations, especially for Garrus, everything about this game feels fresh, feels new, feels amazing, and I found myself wanting to play it more and more. And there's so much to the game. There's so much to the game because you could customize your own variation. So the way the variation system works in this game is you have 3 initial slots that have, I guess, default variations, right? But you have extra slots that you could customize your own from scratch. And what I found myself is just, putting on a couple moves that I liked and rocking with that. Because there's a lot of really unique moves and moves that are coming back, like the Ice Puddle from Sub-Zero. It's unblockable. I don't know if I found an unblockable, but he has like a little launcher move that he could cancel into a special move. and the opponent like wakes up in the ice puddle. It was pretty broken if it actually is an unblockable setup. I'm not sure if it is because, you know, you could delay wake up, maybe you could wake up with a move, but there's so much to this game that I didn't even get to explore, because the meter burn system, which I'll talk about a little bit later, completely changed. The wake up system completely changed because you have specific buttons that do a certain move when you wake up. So for example, if someone knocks you down and you want to wake up with a move, if it's like Raiden's Superman, let's just say, or Raiden's Shocker, you press like up and X, or like up and 3, up and 1, and that's how you wake up in this game. And I'm not sure if moves are invincible. I'm not sure if you know, you can meter burn the moves. I think that wake up moves actually have invincibility, so it kind of, that's why I say it reminded me a lot of Injustice 2, and I could definitely see a lot of inspiration from Injustice 2 over to MK11. Even the screen felt a little bit bigger. Now, don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure it's probably the same size, but the characters look so smooth, so compact, and so like the stages, everything looks so beautiful that I don't know, maybe like the render looked like the characters were further apart than normal, but in reality they were not. But I could definitely see a lot of inspiration from Injustice 2. But a lot of you guys are gonna ask, did I like playing this game? And I mean, of course I did. Of course I did, because it's Mortal Kombat. I'm playing with Scorpion, Sub-Zero, the rest of the cast, and I was just having a lot of fun looking at their moves and looking at their specials, their combos, accidentally doing brutalities, which I accidentally did. I think it was Sub-Zero's like down 2 brutality when they're frozen, and I didn't even pay attention to like the brutality criteria, because in your customization you actually have the specific things that you have to do for the brutalities, which I think it's cool. You know, you don't have to go to the moves list, you could just check it in your variation. But you could pretty much customize everything. You could customize intros, you could customize outros. There's so much in this game. Another thing people are going to ask me, is there actually gear in the game? No, there's no gear in the game like that you could specifically customize. You know, let's just say, well, I guess there was gear, but not to the extent of Injustice 2, because you can actually take off Sub-Zero's mask, Scorpion's mask, replace it with another one. But it's, like I said, it's not to the extent of Injustice 2, because it only works with 3 things. It only works with your primary weapon. It only works with, for example, Scorpion. It only worked with his mask. It worked with his spear and his sword. And then for Sub-Zero, it was like his mask, his, like, I guess he has like knives or secondary weapons, and his ice hammer, which you could turn into an axe. You could turn into a bunch of different things. So there is sort of like gear in the game, but it's not to the extent of Injustice 2. So I wouldn't really call it a gear system. As far as shaders go, there's actually there are shaders, but they actually come with gear sets. So there's specifically gear sets that you could put on your character, and then you could still customize that even more. So for example, during one of the gameplays that I had, which I'll be showing you guys a little bit later, I had Sub-Zero rocking a purple classic ninja look, and that's when the gear like sets come into play. So if you guys remember, there were gear sets, I think 5 gear sets in the collector's edition. If you buy that, you're gonna get 5 gear sets. It's probably gonna be like, you know, specific looking gear, and then it's gonna come with, you know, specific color, which I really like, because not only do you have the gear sets and like the skins, but you could customize it too. So it's really cool. Let's see, what else could I talk about the gameplay? I guess I could go into my pros and cons right now. Like I said, I didn't write anything down. I'm just, you know, spitballing this off the top of my head. Okay, let's start off with the pros and we'll end with the cons. Or should we start off with the cons and... Let's start off with the cons and end with the pros, you know? End it off on a good note. Man, my voice is shot. All right, so the number one thing. The number one con for sure, 100%, is the new meter burn feature. So in normal Mortal Kombat games, MK9, MKX, the way you meter burn a move to enhance it, for example, Scorpion Spear or meter burn Ice Ball. Normally you do the special move and the right trigger, and that's it. You meter burn the move. But the way they have it in MK11 is I'll use Scorpion Spear or his teleport. His teleport's a little bit easier as an example because I don't really remember his spear meter burn. So Scorpion's teleport is the normal teleport input. It's down back 3. In order to pop up your opponent for a combo extension, you have to press up and 1. So up and square in the second part of the teleport to actually pop your opponent up. And I really don't like that because it's not one specific button in one specific direction for each move for each character or for an individual character. It's a different button and different notation for every single one of the special moves that character has. I'm pretty sure Scorpion's spear was back forward 2, his regular spear, which, by the way, I find it so hilarious that they fucked over Scorpion because his normal spear does not combo, or his normal spear does not restand, so you could continue your combo or put your opponent in a vortex. But Sub-Zero's like regular ice ball still freezes, which I find hilarious. They really fucked over Scorpion compared to what Sub-Zero has, you know? So going back to what I was saying, the way you meter burn moves, it's really annoying. Like Scorpion Spear is back forward 1. That's the annotation for his spear. And if you want to meter burn it, you have to press forward and 2 when the spear like connects with your opponent. And that's the thing, like it's not only that it's a specific combination of buttons, it's that you have to be precise with it. Now, some of the moves you could hold the button and like hold the specific annotation and you'll get the meter burn, but I found that a lot of the times you had to be specific. You have to press the button combination at a specific time in order to meter burn the actual move. And I found myself getting really frustrated because there's some characters that I was doing a special move and I was pressing a button, the meter burn button, and I was not getting it. And I found that to be the most annoying thing. That's definitely the biggest con, in my opinion, of this game. Another negative, which it's just based on first impression, okay? This is probably, actually, I could guarantee you this is going to change. But the fact that I didn't really find a lot of flashy combos. There aren't too many extended combos in this game. And it really makes me sad because you have characters in MKX that could combo for days, baby. So far, like I said, first impression, it's probably going to change because there's so many moves and there's so many like variations of characters that I couldn't get through all the moves. Like I only had a limited time to play and record. So I'm sure each character has like a pop-up move that you could use. But even when I did have a pop-up move for my character, the fact that you don't have the run button kind of limits the mobility in order to continue a big combo, because there are some characters like Raiden has a staff where he makes the staff go forward, and then you press up and triangle, up and 2, and then you launch your opponent. It launches the opponent so you could actually get a forward dash into a normal move. But if you had the run button, you might be able to run under him or like closer to him to potentially get something a little bit more. You know what I mean? So the fact that I couldn't, normally I'm pretty good at like finding combos and seeing what connects and seeing what works with what, even though I did have a limited time. And I just could not find it. The character that I got the closest with was Scarlet, because she actually has a MK9 style combo that you do one time and then you could repeat it a second time. So for example, like MK9, Liu Kang had that one combo string where he could combo it like 3 to 4 times even mid-screen and then finishes the combo. So she has a 212. It's a launcher. Stand 2 has a ton of range. It's a launcher. You could repeat it and then you could end your combo in 1-2 into a setup, because I don't think anything else connects after that. Or if you have your Fatal Blow, you could actually do 1-2 into Fatal Blow. It does a ton of damage. But as far as like finding huge combos, definitely had trouble with that. So that's one of my cons. Just, it seems like they wanted to focus a lot on the ground game and not so much on combo extensions per se. But like I said, that's just based on first impressions. I'm sure that a lot of characters have moves that you could, you know, do fancy combos with. I just really can't wait to get my hands on the game for a long period of time to actually find that out. Let's see. I think as far as the cons, I think that might be it, because like I said, I don't mind adapting to the dash canceling. I really don't. It felt weird at first, right? Because even to the end of my recording session, I kept pressing right trigger when I was going forward. Like if I wanted to run, I kept doing it. But that's just gonna change over time. And of course, anyways, even if you do that, it's still, you still like dash block. So I don't mind the movement at all. Once people start, you know, getting used to it, the game is going to look like that. It's going to look a lot faster than it does, because trust me, I know, and I know what you guys are saying. The game looks clunky, and it does. It really does. When you don't know your movement, and of course, I don't know my movement, it looks a little clunky, and it looks a lot like Injustice 2. But when you actually play the game and you connect moves, and you know, you see Scorpion do a spear, and you meter burn his teleport to try to continue the combo and stuff, and you get someone with Sub-Zero's ice ball, everything feels like Mortal Kombat. But the movement does feel a little bit closer to Injustice and MK9 compared to MKX, which, like I said, you know, they always change gameplay. I went into it with an open mind, expecting the gameplay to change in some way or another. So like I said, I don't mind the dash blocking. I don't mind getting used to a new system. But man, let's get into the positives here. Okay, so one thing that I noticed is that special moves don't actually grant you meter anymore. Now it's just meter over time. So if you guys see the bars down there, you have defensive meter and you have offensive meter. And your offensive meter, and I believe your defensive meter as well, I just didn't use any block breakers or actual breakers. They are in the game. I just didn't use any. And I don't think a lot of people use them. It's just like I don't know, they weren't used to it, I guess. But the meter regenerates by itself, which in one way it could be positive, in one way it could be negative, because of course, if you have characters that, you know, build a lot of meter, that's good, you know what I mean? But then on the other hand, if you do have characters that build a lot of meter on block or something like that, like Liu Kang in Dragon's Fire or whatever it is, builds a ton of meter just on block, and he could loop it, and you just build meter. This is a way to normalize everyone's meter build. So everyone has the same meter build, defense and offensive. The defensive options, I didn't even get to explore them because, of course, I'm playing a computer, right? I didn't get a chance to explore the perfect block. What do they call it? Do they call it perfect block? So it's like a perfect block. So it's a just frame. It's a 1 frame block. You get at the perfect frame when the move your opponent is hitting you with, when it hits on block. And when you get that, you could actually do a counter move. I believe it takes 1 bar of meter. I believe so, because if you do the counter, you could get a combo afterwards. But the perfect block is going to be super interesting, man. It's going to lead to some crazy hype moments. It's going to open up a lot of mind games too, because if I think you're going to try to perfect block, I'm just going to, you know, change up the timing of my move. Or if I know that my opponent is just autopiloting and doing the same thing over and over again, I could time my perfect block and then do my special move, you only have 2 special moves, right? So if you get the perfect block, you have an option between 2 special moves that you could counter with. And if I get my perfect block, I do my special move and I counter you, and now I'm on offense and you're on defense. Or I could get a full combo if I meter burn it. So the perfect block thing is really interesting, man. Another positive is just the way the game looks. I love the hit sparks. I don't think MKX had hit sparks. It might have had hit sparks, but they were very minimal. So now in this game, there's actual hit sparks where you know when you connect an attack on hit compared to on block. You know what I mean? It's going to make hit confirming a lot easier. So just visually, this game is just stunning, man. I love the way it looks. Another positive, I guess this one's kind of like in the middle. The new fatal blow system is the new fatal blow system is interesting because it doesn't cost anything. All you have to do is be under 30% health and you get access to a fatal blow. Now, if you miss it, you don't lose it. It just recharges. So if your defense is on point, you could get a fatal blow again if you miss or your opponent blocks it. And the reason I say it's like 50-50 and it's like good and bad, because of course, if you're like pressuring and everything and you know you're trying to go in, someone could just press R2 and L2 and fuck you up for about, I don't know how much damage they do raw. They actually took off they went to the injustice point system with 1,000 points of health. I don't know how much it does, maybe 400 damage. No. It's probably like 300 damage, 30% by itself. And once you're at 30%, that's when it becomes a positive, in my opinion, gameplay-wise, because you get a really cool combo, you meter burn your move. It doesn't take meter at all, so you could actually burn both bars to do a really sick combo and then end it with your fatal blow. And the fatal blows are super, super fast. Like, they're insanely fast, so they connect almost every time after any combo. And that's when you could get really, really creative with your combos. See, like, I know that there's going to be a lot of creative combos over time once we learn the game, but just based off first impressions, ending your combo in a fatal blow after like doing a extensive combo on the ground actually feels pretty fucking good. Because it's a way for them to do like super moves mixed with X-rays without costing the opponent too much resources that are really important. And other than that, I think that's going to do it. About 20 minutes here, commentary wise. Ooh, one quick negative that I want to talk about. When you finish your opponent, there are times, I don't know if maybe it'll change in the future, but there are times when, so the way the finish him screen works is you do your combo. If you're mid combo, the finish him screen pops up and it slows the game down. So it interrupts the flow of your combo. And sometimes you drop the combo that you were going to do. And I say this is bad because not only could it potentially fuck up the ending of your combo that could lead to a brutality, but sometimes it just acts, it makes the combo act like its own. Like, it doesn't allow you to finish your combo. It just kills your opponent with the combo that you're doing. And I hope that they iron things out, because that was one of the most hyped things about Mortal Kombat X is ending your combos in a brutality. And I don't want the finish him screen to affect that. The slowdown thing, you could kind of get used to it. You know what I mean? It might even be more helpful because you'll have better timing because the game slows down. So it might end up helping in the long run. But sometimes, the game just stops it completely stops the game when you're like mid combo. So it's definitely weird. But I think that is gonna be the end of today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Expect some more MK11 gameplay soon. I'll probably be, I don't know if I want to upload everything right now. I'll definitely upload more videos after this. So expect at least 1, maybe 2 videos over the course of the night, and then I'll upload some more in the morning. I also need to go back and check out some of the footage because there was a lot of characters that were confirmed through the story mode trailer, a little tease by NetherRealm, and a bunch of other stuff, which I'll show you guys tomorrow when I talk about every confirmed character or every character so far that we've seen, either, you know, in a short little clip, in a screenshot, whatever. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.